sneakerhead is?
Do I know what a sneaker is? Yeah, that's somebody that's a collector of sneakers.
Someone who loves shoes.
Somebody that gets the shoe that they like just because they like it.
Right.
People that are obsessed with shoes and spend various amounts of dollars on them.
Someone that loves shoes. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to necessarily be a type of shoe.
Do you think there's money in sneakers?
Is there money in sneakers?
Yeah.
I think there's money in sneakers if you know how to buy and sell them well.
Yes.
How much money?
Millions.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's money in sneakers.
Yeah, I actually know a guy that made a few $1,000s from selling sneakers, and he was probably jealous.
You know what a shoe custom is?
A shoe custom?
Yeah.
What if you get a customized shoe?
Shoe custom is someone, an artist, he just maybe does something he likes with the shoes, just like whatever, customize them.
Yeah.
Is it when you get shoes like made for yourself?
When someone gets a shoe that's already like made like this, but they get it customized, this is the way that it should be.
Where do you usually go to buy shoes?
Me personally, where do I buy my sneakers? Believe it or not, I used to be a sneaker kind of a junkie, and I used to buy them in Harlem.
Okay.
I go to Designer Shoe Warehouse.
No place specific, just wherever they come across, shoot it out like I'm just kidding.
Foot Locker, Finish Line.
Target to the internet to like Nordstrom's.
And do you know who made that shoe or like who designed it?
Who designed this
Or
shoe?
like-
Michael Jordan.
Nike.
Nike, who's the maker? Like,
This is LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron.
Yeah, it's LeBron's signature shoe.
Oh, is it Odie's LeBron?
Yeah.
I think LeBron.
Yeah. Do you know who Sircastletees is?
Sircastletees?
Sircastletees, yeah.
Sircastletees. I don't know who he is.
Sircastletees, no.
So where does Sircastletees, where does it come from?
Sircastletees came from, well, I was at home one day, I was watching a TV special, and I seen a lot of people from Britain, and they had a lot of big houses. And my sister asked me, she was like, wow, if you lived over there, what would your name be? I was like, they'll call me Sir Castle because I had the biggest castle on the block. That's how everybody would remember me. So at first it kind of started off as a joke when I put it on Instagram, and then I started to get a lot of followers. Then I was like, wow, because I'll just stick with it now. 2013. Actually 1 month before I graduated high school. So I really didn't have a chance to get really to show people all my designs in high school, but I just kept it going, and look where we at now.
What are the biggest perks of being the owner of a shoe store?
The biggest perks of being an owner for a shoe store is I get to be around shoes all day, which I love, and also I get a lot of shoes way below retail, so it's very, very, very good perks. I get to save a lot of money, and I get to be around what I love all the time.
Have you ever considering opening up like another store somewhere?
Actually, yes, I will open up more stores. I actually like to go to locations where there's no sneaker stores at, so there'll be no competition, because a lot of rural areas in the world, there's not really many places they could get nice shoes from, because everybody just want to go to the metropolitan cities instead of going to places like the country or cities that's not so popular. So everybody can reach out and become a sneakerhead instead of just purchasing shoes online all the time, instead of just dealing with their friends, and people on Facebook and Instagram. You can just come to a store with your parents and stuff, and you can feel safe, so everybody can go home happy.
Have you ever met someone really huge in the sneaker community?
Yes, the person who I met the most, who's inspired me the most, is this guy on Instagram. His name is Mache357. I noticed him maybe back in 2011 painting and customizing tennis shoes. And I was like, wow, this guy is extremely good. So I met him at SneakerCon November 7th, I think, of 2015. I met him in Charlotte. I told him how he inspired me, and all because of him, I started painting shoes and opened up a shoe store. So he was my inspiration to start painting shoes.
How has the sneakerhead community changed over the years?
Well, the sneakerhead community has changed dramatically, because from the years 2000 all the way through 2009, there were nobody that really liked sneakers. I remember back in 2009, around Christmas time, when the Space Jam 11s came out, I actually picked mine up at 6 p.m. that day, and I was surprised that they were still in stores because nobody was really into shoes. But I noticed the dramatic change when 2010 came along, when the Cool Grays released. That's when Twitter was first introduced to the market, and more people started getting in social media, and that's when the whole retweeting thing came around, and everybody kept asking, what is a cool gray? And then from 2010, from the Cool Gray 11 release up, that's when everybody became a sneakerhead, and that's where the sneaker community has gotten most popular, like it is today.
What are your grails?
My favorite grail shoe out of every shoe, I would probably say the Dornbecker 8, because for one, I like the colorway that Jordan did. Two, it looks like it's customized. Everyone thinks I've done it, but they done a really good job. One of my favorite parts of the shoe is the thumbprint up there, and I like how on the inside it says Raleigh Blake, because the Dornbecker series basically donates money to sick children in the Dornbecker Hospital in Oregon. So all the proceeds go there to help them and their family deal with the children, of course, dying, to help pay for funeral costs and medical bills and whatnot. So I think this is one of the coolest things that Jordan can go to, because the money's going to a greater cause.
What's the most expensive pair of shoes you have in your store?
The most expensive pair of shoes I have in my store that I currently own are the Dornbecker 5s. These came out in 2013. They retail for $200, but once again, these are one of the specialty Jordan 5s, and this shoe right now I'm currently selling for $2,000. So you guys can imagine if you bought a whole bunch of these for $200, how much money you would have. But one of my favorite things about this shoe is the glow-in-the-dark bottom. This is the first of any Jordan 5. Also, it has a holographic theme on it if you turn it side to side and you hit flash on it. If you guys can see, it has words on the side, family and stuff, for the guy named Isaac. This was his favorite shoe. This part right here also glows in the dark right here. And yeah, this is one of my favorite shoes. The quality on it is really, really, really great. It's very hard to find. You will never see anybody with these shoes.
What does the term sneakerhead mean to you?
The term sneakerhead means to me is when you wake up in the morning, all you think about is shoes. First thing you wake up, you check your Instagram feed to see if there's any new shoe pictures out, if there's any new shoe customs out. Basically, you just got true love for sneakers. But everybody got something they really love the most. Unfortunately, I really, really love tennis shoes. They make me happy. I like being around them, and I enjoy customizing shoes for people. It makes me happy and it makes them happy, and I enjoy selling shoes because I enjoy meeting new sneakerheads and people who have the same hobbies as me. And I'm glad that it's passed down to the younger generation so they can keep passing it, so on and so on, so the sneakerhead community could live forever.